So, hello everyone. Welcome to today's Water Cooler Chat, where we talk about all things Livepeer, whether it's orchestrating, delegating, broadcasting, developing, and transcoding. All topics are open, where we can ask questions and try and get some answers. So, if you're new to the Water Cooler Chat, welcome. And also, I want to say a big welcome to the new year, 2023. Very excited for this year coming up, and lots of interesting plans ahead. So, yeah, very, very cool. We'll start with introductions, and we'll go down the list. And when I introduce you, if you could just bring up yourself and also a topic that you might have. Now, I have written down a topic which I had. It was like last week. I was like, I have to bring this up. Yeah, so hello everyone. I'm Titan. Been running the Titan node orchestrator since 2021. And today my topic is about pool security. And I just wanted to talk about like how we could securely distribute pool nodes in a secure manner. I came across a video a while ago about this topic, and I don't think it's been solved yet. So just kind of interested in talking about that. And if I can find my original question, I will bring it up as well as a topic. So that is my topic for today. Flo, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
So hello everyone, I'm Flo from Mouse Computing. I'm our orchestrator since 3 months. And for the topic, I have some question about some settings on the orchestrator, like max face value, I think is its name, and ticketEV. I can't find any information about these settings.
Absolutely. You're talking specifically about the flags in the.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's a great topic. I wish I think Papa Bear was here. I think he knows a lot about those. So I can try my best to help you with that, but we'll definitely get into that as well. So thank you so much
Because
for.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, keep going.
No, it's because I think I have some problem. I don't receive a lot of ticket since I think 2 weeks now. So that's it's strange. I'm searching about these settings. Maybe I have a wrong flag or something like that.
Right. You're thinking that maybe has it been like this since you started, or is this just a recent thing?
No, it's recent.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, we can dive into that as well. Maybe if you want to share a picture of your dashboard or something, we could probably dive into it a bit.
Yep.
But cool. Awesome. We'll definitely get around to that. Thank you so much for joining us, Flo, as always. Sundara, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Sure. Hi, guys. My name's Avi. I run the node called Sundara. I don't really have a topic, just here to listen to what everyone has to say and catch up, really.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Jonas, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Yes, sure. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year, and obviously best wishes. Hopefully, we're all going to have a better year this year. My name is Jonas. I'm part of the Pixel field. We've been running our node since early September last year, we can say now. So only a few months, so we're fairly new. I've got no topic, so we'll be just listening tonight. Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining. Just to clarify, that's a Livepeer mod that you guys are building? Or what kind of mod is it?
It's with the Orchestrator. It's up and running since September.
Oh, that's right. Okay, very good. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Chris, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope all of you are having a great start with 2023. Just quick introduction about me. My name is Christian. I'm the co-founder of this Web3 company called NifGen. Not to monopolize the space, to give you some quick intro, we're essentially building YouTube and Twitch for Web3. And we're actually looking forward to perhaps using Livepeer as an integrator to do live streaming on the platform. And this is actually the first kind of like Discord stuff I'm attending. I know that's a different topic for tonight, but I just wanted to introduce myself.
No, absolutely. There is no topics off limit at the water cooler chat. It's pretty laid back. So anything to do with Livepeer, we're more than welcome to have you come join in. So thank you so much for joining us. I see you're a new face, so welcome to the community. Great to have you. And yeah, I'd like to ask you some more questions about that topic later on, if you don't mind answering them. I'm pretty bullish on Web3 YouTube and Twitch replacement ideas. So that's very, very cool to hear. So thank you so much for joining us, Chris.
Sure, of course, no problem. I would love to have a chat with you. That'd be great.
Awesome. Chase, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hi everyone, and a very good Happy New Year to everyone. It's Rebecca with Chase Media. Been running the node since February, and just listening in today. And yeah, just want to hear what's going on. And we're hopefully getting off to a good start of 2023. How exciting! Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, and as people want to come up to stage, so we can do more introductions, but we'll move on to some of the topics now. Oh, and one last topic before I get started. Just a quick announcement that we do have the Orchestrator award ceremony happening next Friday. This Friday. This is kind of a off-the-cuff idea around giving away awards for orchestrators and their efforts over the last year. So, yeah, we got some NFTs to give away and a bit of an award ceremony on Friday. So, come join us 3 p.m. EST for that. It'll be just in Discord here, so nice and easy. Okay, yeah, let's hop right into it. I'd like to bring up, I guess, I'll just go in order today. Flo, you talked a little bit about face value and ticketEVs. Can you share with us what you're seeing lately and what your topic is about?
Well, just since 1 week, I didn't receive any winning tickets. So I was starting to play with this flag to find something. I know that there is less fees paid since the fix we had last month.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, okay, so this is how it works. So I'll take my best stab at it. The two ones are max face value and ticketEV. So ticketEV stands for the probability that you're going to win a ticket. So like, I forget how these correlate, but it's like essentially you get more tickets more often, but they have a lower chance of winning. Or do you want more tickets or less tickets and then you get a higher chance of winning? So that is basically comes down to like a CPU computing problem, because it takes compute power to determine whether you've won a ticket. And so that, yeah, it just comes down to like how often do you want to receive a potential ticket, and then it adjusts the probability of it based on, so it doesn't actually affect anything other than like how much work you do to calculate how many tickets you might get, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I see that.
And then, so that's that one. And then the max face value is, I believe, the amount that the ticket you wish to receive. So like right now, I think the average ticket is 0.012 ETH, which is like, I don't know, $15, something like that. But you can set your max ticket value to like 0.001 ETH, which would be like $1, which means like you win more tickets, but they're only $1 at a time. So you essentially, to earn $15, you're going to win 15 tickets at that price rather than one ticket at the other price. So it's like a face value of a winning ticket that you're willing to accept. And so the idea was, I remember on layer 1, this was a big deal, because if your ticket to redeem the ticket costs like $30 or something on layer 1 back when it was like crazy. So like you didn't want to accept a ticket worth less than $30 because it just goes to gas fees, right? So like the tickets were like $150 or $200, so you'd only win them like once a month, right? So but now on layer 2 with Arbitrum Nitro, I think redeeming a ticket is like 2 cents or something, like 10 cents. So like, yeah, you could reduce it, weight it right down to $1 if you wanted. But I think the default is like, 0.012 ETH, which is what I have it at. So hopefully that answers a little bit of your question. I might have got them backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got it right, like correct, but that was my understanding. Sundara, are you able to expand on this? Do you remember?
No, that is correct. And I don't think you got that. That was how it is. That was how it was. I think, was it 150 though? I thought it was more than that.
150 what?
The old, the ticket value.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The old ticket.
Oh no, it was like $500. It was something ridiculous. Like it was like,
Yeah.
like you want a ticket.
Besides the cost of actually having to redeem it on layer 1.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, oh no, the cost to redeem it was like $150, and then
Right.
and then the ticket itself was like $800, and you won one every like 3 months. It was terrible.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then sometimes you'd win them back to back just out of luck, and you'd just be like, okay, I guess I'm not winning one for like a year now. So yeah, Flo, but how many tickets are you getting roughly in a day? Do you know?
Let me check.
And I'm assuming you just have the default configuration.
Yes. As I was working on my dashboard, is not complete yet. I think like something 1.5K, like that.
Yeah, it's not very much.
Is that 1.5K per hour or per day?
Per day.
Okay, yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah, I think that just comes down to the amount of work you're getting. It's or at least the maybe even the quality of work you're getting is really low value streams potentially.
I have only in Europe at the moment.
So right now I'm getting the most work from New York. New York is the busiest for me, and then followed by Frankfurt. So yeah. No, actually, my 2 busiest nodes, New York followed by Chicago. And that outweighs the Frankfurt node 3-1. So yeah, I'm getting around 6,000 tickets a day. So
I'm not too far from Frankfurt.
Yeah, like my Frankfurt and London, I'm getting 1,800 a day. So you're probably right on line with me, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't think there's very much work in Europe right now. But yeah, you can definitely play with those settings. I would highly recommend it if you want to test them out.
Yeah, I will try that.
Very cool. Do you have any other topics, or does anyone else have any other questions about flags or anything in the Livepeer command prompt? Cool. Yeah, if you type /help when you launch your node, it'll come up with all the commands, and or -help. It'll give you an explanation, but not a very good explanation, I don't think. So hopefully that helps people.
Docs.livepeer.org has some more on the switches.
Oh, do they?
I'll leave a link in the I'll leave a link. They've got a reference for all the switches.
Very
I think
cool.
there is nothing about max fast value. there is about ticketEV, but not the second one, because I think they remove it and they put again.
Correct. I think that was the issue because initially the only thing that was adjusted was the EV, if I recall correctly. I never mucked with it myself, but if I recall, that was the value that was adjusted. So that might be it. Just the difference between the versions.
I know. If you look at the Livepeer Explorer, I know that if you look at people who do win tickets, people are winning tickets for like a lot less. Like Captain Chad, he's winning tickets for 0.003 ETH. So he's clearly got that flag enabled. So that'd be Marco. I guess Marco would know the best about that. Too bad he's not here. Probably ask him. Maybe just in chat. Yeah, Captain. See, he wins so often.
You have a lot of 0.003 ETH.
Yeah. So everyone else is around. Yeah, everyone's around that 0.12. He has this set way lower. I wonder what his flag is. I think it's in. I think it's just max face value space and then just like the amount in Gwei. So like 3 followed by like 6 zeros, I think. Cool. Right on. Well, if we have no more questions about the ticketEV values and flags, we'll move on to the next topic. So, Chris, I see you've joined us. Chris, you talked a little bit about building on Web3 and Twitch and YouTube. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on and give us an idea of how that's going?
Yeah, sure. So pretty much like we're building a hub for like video creators to better monetize their content, because in the world right now there's about, give or take a few, like 75 million video creators on YouTube and Twitch combined. And believe it or not, about 98% of them earn less than $12,000 per year, American dollars, which in the United States is below poverty line, which is crazy. This is an industry where essentially like the Web2 streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and even Patreon have literally failed to help video creators attain financial freedom or any type of financial success, really. And there's many things wrong with them. I'm not going to get into too many of them because if not, I can talk for hours, really. And I mean, one of them is essentially ads because they ruin the user experience. So what we're doing is that we're trying to build the web version of YouTube and the Web3 version of YouTube and Twitch to help video creators. We're currently building on the Algorand blockchain. That's the chain that we chose to do it. We used to be on Cardano before, but then we moved over to Algorand. And it's going pretty good so far. We're in a testnet version. We'll have like a mainnet out probably around March. The hardest thing to do, though, it's going to be finding out how to do live streaming, because I'm sure you all know the costs of live streaming can be quite expensive. And we were actually referred to Livepeer by some folks at StoreJ for decentralized storage. They referred Livepeer saying that they're really good in terms of like integration to help with live streaming. So that's essentially why I'm here. I've read I literally just joined the Discord like a few weeks ago, and I was looking through some stuff. It's some very impressive stuff you guys are doing at Livepeer. It's really great. Yeah, I definitely see the value you guys are giving to Web3 in general.
Well, very cool. Well, it's good to hear. I'm glad that you got referred to by Storage. I know that they're kind of an OG original storage protocol, so that's kind of cool. And so when you talk about you want to better monetize creators, how are you planning to do you guys have a roadmap for how that would look? Like, are you guys going to go like an advertising route or like a direct payment to the creator from the viewers? Like, how do you guys think of that?
No, yeah, sure. So let me give you some more details. So Well, so let me take it like a little bit from the top, because that way I think I can answer probably those questions and maybe some more you might have in the down the list. So essentially, the reason why video creators struggle to monetize is because they have low engagement rates. That's the main metric that determines whether you make money on YouTube or Twitch. Would you care to take a guess, Titan, on what's the average engagement rate for video creators? I'm curious to see if you know.
Engagement rate as in like, comment, subscribe kind of thing?
And like in terms of like when people comment, click on your video, or they rate your video, or they comment on it. So yes.
Well, I run a YouTube channel, and I got 600 subscribers, so maybe that's a large enough pool for me to draw upon something. And I think it's like 2% or something. I don't know. it's
Gotcha.
really
No, yeah.
it's
No, that's actually, you're actually above average. The average is 1.68%. Believe it or
Wow.
not,
Are you interested?
yep, exactly. You guessed it. And more than half of all video creators don't even get to 1%. If you have 5% engagement rate, it's like you are like the grand master of engagement. And my partner and I were like, okay, so if you were in college and you got 5%, it's like a slap in the face, right? You should be crying. You shouldn't be happy if you got 5% on anything, really. And the reason why the rates are so low is because if you think about it, when us users, right, we go to YouTube and we watch content, we're not really properly rewarded for it, right? We're just passive viewers, which is why many times we don't even bother watching videos. So one way around that we hypothesize for NIPGen is that we're actually going to reward users for their engagement. I'm sure you guys have all heard of the model watch to earn. We're doing something quite unique called engage to earn, whereby certain amounts of engagement will get you X amount of tokens, of NIPGen tokens. And these tokens are going to allow you to access some very cool utilities down the road, which I can't get into many of them right now because we're still like in production. But one of them is going to be essentially giving people the power to vote for something during a live stream in real time, which is where the live stream feature is going to come in.
Oh, interesting. So rather than are you showing ads, or are you like where's the money coming from per se?
Gotcha. I'm glad you asked it. So we're not going to have ad revenue actually, because we believe that ads is one of the primary reason why engagement rates are low. I mean, people literally pay for YouTube Premium to not watch ads. And so there's two ways we're going to make money. So users will either be able to pay $4.99 and subscribe to one creator, just like you do on Twitch, and you get access to all of that content from that one creator, and we keep a percentage split for that. Or users can pay $8.99 a month and access all the content from all the creators, and we take a commission of that. But, and this is very important, we have a referral mechanism where, let's say, so Titan, you say you're a tuber, right? Let's say that you have an account on NIPGen. From your profile, you'll be able to invite other people to come over and subscribe to NIPGen. And let's say, for example, you invite, let's say you invite me, right, to come over to NIPGen, and I choose to pay the $8.99 to subscribe to the whole platform. No problem, Titan. You'll still keep a percentage of every time I pay $8.99 because you put in the effort of inviting me to NIPGen. So it's a referral program we have in place. And this is actually something we came up with the early adopters for NIPGen. We have about 11 video creators as early adopters from the Algorand ecosystem.
Oh, very cool. Okay, so the payment is you're subscribing to this the platform or the creators individually, and that's where the money is coming from essentially.
Gotcha. Exactly. You nailed it.
And so when you say you do earn, engage to earn or whatever you watch to earn or however you said it, are people earning some of that revenue for commenting and liking and is that some of that coming out of that, or where is that money coming from?
No, so pretty much what they earn, you're going to earn the platform token, which is called the NIPGen token, which this token can then be used to access some special utilities we have planned down the road for the product. So you're not really earning like monetary stuff, you're just earning a platform token, which can be used to access utility.
Okay, right. So the more you engage, you unlock certain features that people might enjoy on the platform.
Gotcha. Exactly.
Very cool. Do you have like a beta or a demo up and running?
We have a testnet version, but spoiler alert, it's like the very beginning. We're actually going to have a much better testnet version in about 2 or 3 weeks from now.
Very cool. And does it have live streaming or video on it currently?
You'll be able to upload videos, but not live streaming. This is actually why I wanted to talk to somebody on Livepeer. I don't know if maybe you're the person I need to talk to kind of like figure out how does implementing Livepeer for a product looks like, where then video creators will be allowed to perform live streaming, because that's essentially one of the core killer features we need to have. We're actually fundraising our seed round to get the funding to implement live streaming.
Hmm.
So that's like one of the core features we need to have.
Do you currently use Livepeer for your video on demand service, like for uploading?
No, we do not. We just use Storage at the moment.
Okay. But so when you serve these videos, though, you're serving them without them being transcoded beforehand.
I would have to actually ask my dev to answer that question.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
100% sure.
So, yes, because Livepeer has a video on demand function as well, right? So when you upload the video gets transcoded through Livepeer and then saved on whatever platform you want. And then when the viewer views it, there's 3 or 4 different versions of the video, which are customized to your screen size and what bit rate you want, right? So that your video on demand is also optimized using Livepeer and these kinds of things.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. It's actually really cool to know.
Yeah, because transcoding is not just for live streaming. It's for all video, right? Like 80% of the video on the internet, 80% of the network usage across the entire internet is video, and of that 80%, something like 90% of it needs to be transcoded. And a lot of it is the video on demand stuff, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what you would do is, prior to saving it to storage, you would first send it to Livepeer, which would transcode it into 4 different files. And then it would save it on storage. And then through like you can use the Livepeer video player as an example, or you can build your own video player. And what it would do is automatically detect your screen size and only load up the version of the video responsible for that screen size. So you're not downloading the full HD version onto your iPhone, right? Or whatever device you're using.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, it's actually really cool the way that the technology works. I can see how that saves like a lot of space and like bandwidth and everything.
Yeah, like it's huge, right? Like if you upload one video and it gets 1,000 views, but every phone that's downloading it is downloading the 1080p HD version, which you can't even see all the pixels on your phone. Then the amount of bandwidth you're using is your costs go way up, right?
No, yeah, absolutely.
So that's really cool. Well, if you ever want to do a product demo, just come let me know. We'd love to have you have you as a guest Q&A person for a water cooler chat and do a demo.
Oh, sure, of course, that'd be great. Let me add you here let me send you a friend request. Your Discord's the best way to reach out to you?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. All right.
Yeah, so as soon as you guys are ready to do a demo, just let me know and we can do it right here.
Absolutely.
Also, for getting started with Livepeer, I also recommend the Livepeer Studio solution. I don't know if you guys are planning on using Studio or running your own broadcaster node. Do you know what path you would take?
Probably not run our own node. Like the more simplistic route would be the best one.
Yeah. So I would just use Livepeer Studio. It's like a kind of pre-built, like if you want to use the Livepeer Studio video player, like it's all pre-built, it's in the docs, you just copy paste and like away you go, right?
Gotcha. And would you, sorry, this is probably like a hard question to answer, but would you happen to have an idea on how long it takes to implement something like that? Is it like 1 month, 2 months, or like it really just depends?
Really depends.
I
So
think Marco's here.
yeah, Marco's here. Yeah, we'll get around to that for sure. So just to give you an example, like I went to the ETH Global Hackathon, where you have to build an app in 36 hours or 24 hours. And we built a fully functioning live streaming app on Livepeer in 24 hours. So
Oh wow.
yeah. Like all the stuff is kind of like, if you want to use all the pre-built stuff, like it's there. Like you literally just, like they have it built for you. Now if you want to like super customize it, that's one thing. But like the infrastructure for live video is like Studio, it's ready. Like they have a JavaScript template where you just copy and paste it right into the browser. Now it depends how complicated you want to make things, right? Like how are you managing user accounts? How do you want to associate users with streams? How do you want to, all that kind of stuff you have to, there's some logistics
Yeah.
behind that. But the Livepeer Studio people like help you with that. Like I would really hang around in the Livepeer Studio channel in Discord here, into the Studio General or Studio Support, and they will help you big time. They'll probably decrease your like development from like 3 months down to like a couple weeks if you want it. Like it's really amazing.
Oh wow, that's really great. I appreciate you telling me that. Oh yeah, for absolutely.
So yeah, and that's the hosted service by So the thing about Livepeer Studio is it's somewhat less decentralized because you're going through Livepeer Inc.'s servers, which is utilizing the Livepeer network, but it's like still their own hosted service. Hence why you can spin up something in 24 hours at a hackathon. If you want to like run your own node and like, then you're into like a whole different that's going to take you maybe a few months to figure that out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I would heavily lean on Livepeer Studio to begin with.
Perfect.
Man, that was awesome.
So
Does anyone have any questions
yeah,
for Chris? Oh yeah, go ahead, SpeedyBird.
I think it was Sundara.
Or anyone, I don't know. Anyone have
yeah,
any
no,
questions?
I think he just has his mic open. Yeah, hi Chris. I think Livepeer is exactly the solution you guys are looking for. I was interested in some questions about the bits where you guys said you found that having advertisers is what was not working for content creators. So how do you reconcile that with trying to get some creators who already have a lot of sort of viewers who follow them on any platform, and because of that they already have existing sponsorships with large brands that they'd simply like to migrate that over with a bigger share of the pie, so to speak, onto a decentralized platform like yours.
Yeah, so I want to make sure I understood the question because there was like a little bit of lag. So you're saying like big time video creators that already have like a lot of sponsors, why would they come to NifCha? Was that more or less the question? Just to make sure I got it.
I mean, why would they come? Yes, sort of. Yeah, I think that's just the question. I mean, and essentially, from what you're saying, there isn't space for them because there are no advertisers. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the way it's structured right now, like on YouTube, like essentially only less than 0.5% of like video creators earn like a lot of money, to be honest with you. So like, I mean, we have like there's several video creators that do earn a lot of money, and yes, and those are because of sponsor, like Mr. Beast. There you go. The name wasn't coming to me. But I'll be very honest with you, with all the followers those guys have, if they could get just like 1% of their followers to subscribe to them on NifGen, I would actually argue that they could make more money on NifGen as opposed to actually YouTube. And one of the cool things it's going to be about NifGen, and we actually came up with this with the other video creators. They actually suggested to me that the content they're going to produce for NifGen will be all exclusive content, which they're not going to go and put to YouTube. So the people have a reasons to actually pay and come over to NifGen. Because let's be honest, if you make somebody pay for something, but they can go and get it for free somewhere else, they're gonna go for free and get it somewhere else, right? I mean, I would do that too. So I think like it's a mixture of having exclusive content and just having like really good quality content. If that answers your question.
Yeah, that does. Thank you.
Here, Chris, I've linked in the water cooler side chat here. These are the documentations to build the pre-made JavaScript player right into your website.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
And
I
then-
see it.
And then what you do is you just, to test it out, you literally just go to livepeer.studio, log in, and you can just create a stream using their like pre-made like streamer tool, like, and then you can have it up and running in like, you know, a couple hours if you wanted to, just to see how it looked, right? So
Okay.
these are your two
got it.
websites. So you literally just copy the JS into your front end, or I think you have to do some back-end node stuff, or no, it's just front end. So just follow the Livepeer documentation, and then just head over to Livepeer Studio, and then spin up a stream, and it'll give you the stream ID, and you can just paste that into your JavaScript template just to try it. And within like an hour, you can have a live stream up and running using Livepeer just to test it out.
Oh, all right. I appreciate that, Titan. I'll definitely like give this a try with my devs also.
Yeah,
It's really good.
So that's where I would start if I were you.
Perfect. And you said like the people in the support section are pretty quickly to reply in case there's like glitches or we get stuck someplace.
Yeah, like I haven't. Yeah, I don't actually. I can't actually vouch for them because I'm more on the Orchestrator node side. So like, but like, I bet if you hop into the support channel, they seem to get back to people pretty quickly.
They're pretty quick. Some of it depends on the time that you post. But so there may be a little delay if it's the middle of the night for the people that help out in the support there. But yeah, they're pretty good about getting back to you.
Yeah. So with those resources, hopefully you can integrate Livepeer and live streaming, and hopefully also optimize your video on demand files as well with Livepeer. Because yeah, video on demand needs to be transcoded just like live streaming. Well, if you want to save infrastructure costs.
Oh yeah, saving costs is definitely something I want to do. So absolutely.
Cool. Well, we have quite a few people that have joined us since we started. So why don't we go back around and do some more introductions? Chris, what I'll do is obviously welcome to the community. Feel free to hop in here anytime. Every week we do this Monday. So feel free to come back, ask questions, and build with us. So, but I'm gonna hop on to some other people and to do some introductions. So, any last comments, Chris, on your project or where we can find you, and what you guys are building?
No, yeah. So you can find me like on Twitter. Like I'm always on Twitter. Just do like @NiftGen. You can just follow me there. I'm always on Twitter talking to everybody. And that or Discord, those are essentially the two best places to reach out to me. Yeah, I love questions, so if anybody has any questions or anything at all, don't be shy to reach out to me.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Post your Twitter or your Lens handle or whatever you use in the water cooler side chat. Just the two channels up, and yeah, so people can find you there. Because we're as a community, we're pretty bullish on Livepeer. If you haven't noticed. So if you're using Livepeer tech, you're instantly going to get a bunch of us that want to come and try it out and support you. So you can lean on us as well.
Perfect. That's great. One small silly question. This is the first time I do this. Where do I find this chat you just mentioned? I'm on my laptop.
Okay, so in voice channels, it's like 2 channels above our water cooler chat. I just linked you in it. I just pinged you in it. Here, I'll ping it to you again. Right here.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah, throw your social in there, and then people can follow you. Very cool.
There you go.
Well, this new year has already been a great, exciting start. Got to see some new projects being built on Livepeer. Very exciting. Okay, let's keep going through some introductions here. We have Jason that has joined us. Jason, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic? Jason, are you with us? We can't hear you if you are, so I'm going to move on, but yeah, always great to have you. Ben, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey everyone, Happy New Year. Ben with Authority Null, been orchestrating for over a year now. No topic here today, just listening in.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Pawn, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hi guys, I'm Pawn. I've been orchestrator for 9 or 10 months now. I have no topic today, so I'm just listening.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. SpeedyBird, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Hey, Happy New Year. No topic for me today. Hanging out. Glad to hear some interesting stuff coming. Chris, glad to have you join the community here and bring forward what you're working on.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. Thank you so much for joining us, SpeedyBird. Richman, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic? Richman, are you with us? No worries. I will move on, but if you want to chat in later, let me know. MavenFoundation, would you like to introduce yourself and a topic?
Yeah, I would like to speak something.
Mm-hmm.
So we are working on Web3 ecosystem for creators, and we have built an application on Livepeer that will be launched within 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, no, Maven, go ahead. You're still up.
Yeah, can I speak it?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So we have created an application on Livepeer. The application name is MavenHouse. It is a place where any creator or any educator can create a virtual event using our platform where he can stream with his live audience.
Very cool. Do you guys have a up and running application right now?
Yeah, I have thought. Yeah. It's the application is up and running. We are doing some testing. 2 weeks back, I have showed the demo to Livepeer team, and they were excited about that. Everything is working perfect. So within 2 weeks, like in second week or third week, we'll be launching that application where any creator can create his event with their diehard fans, where the fans can buy the tickets of that particular event, and they can watch their live events.
Very cool. I like it. How long have you guys been working on this project?
It's more than two months.
Very cool. I like. Are you guys using Livepeer Studio for your backend?
Yeah. We are using Livepeer Studio.
Very cool. I like it. Are you able to share a link for us, or do you have to wait until you finish your demo or your beta?
Yeah, you have to wait for my demo. I can share you the link, but the link is not working right now. Okay, so when it's done, we will share each and everything with the whole community, because within a week or two, we will be announcing a partnership with Livepeer, official partnership with Livepeer. So once it's done, so we are waiting for that.
Very cool. Well, what I would like to do is when you guys just do launch it, I'd like to do maybe a video demo with you.
Yeah, sure. I will be happy. For that.
Very cool. Well, I'm gonna add you as a friend here on Discord, and then when you are ready, just go ahead and DM me, and I'll get you lined up for a little demo session.
Yeah, because even though I'm in touch with Livepeer team, okay, and one of their dev head, the guy name is Suhail Kakkar, he will be also taking a session on Livepeer at our platform.
Very cool. Ah, that's very, very exciting. Well, welcome. I don't know if we've met before, but welcome to the community, Maven. I don't know what to call you, but I'll call you MavenFoundation. And
My name is Sachin. I'm the founder of Maven.
Sajid, is that correct?
It's such. Yeah, I spell it for you. It's Sachin.
Sajid. Okay, very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and great to have you. And I'm very excited to try out your platform. So when you are ready, just send me a message.
I will ping you the link, or if you want to see the demo within 1 or 2 days, I can show you on your Google Meet or something like that. So you have sent me invite as a friend. I will send you the link of that.
Yes. This is how Titan Node gets all the front end beta action. He's in there sliding into DMs. I love it. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Richmond, I see you got your microphone going. You want to introduce yourself on a topic?
Yeah, good evening. Sorry I didn't answer earlier. I was a bit busy.
That's totally fine, my friend.
Yeah, it's nice to join the live chat with Livepeer. This is actually my first time here.
Great.
So thank you very much for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. Are you what are you interested in Livepeer?
No, I just recently joined. I'm a project growth strategist. I help Discord community grow by creating content for them and the engagement and helping out in the community. So basically that's what I do. So I just joined the chat to hear about the new project that they are building on Livepeer to see how I can help out in any way.
Oh, very cool. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad to have you, and welcome to the community.
Yeah, thank you. But I would like to know if it's possible for those projects that most speakers have spoken on, if they could like pin it their Twitter handle so that we can follow to just show some support.
Absolutely. I believe just in the water cooler side chat, which is 2 channels above this, in the voice channel area, I think Chris has shared his Twitter handle as well as his Discord. And if Maven, if you want, or Sajid, if you want to put your Twitter handle or your handles in that chat as well, then everyone in here can follow you. That would be wonderful.
Okay, I really want to appreciate you for this, Titan Node, right?
Yeah, that's right.
For showing support for projects that are being built on Livepeer. It's really a good one. I really want to kudos to you for that, and I look forward to working with some of these projects. Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you for joining us, Richmond. Amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. We got quite a few new faces in here at the starting of the new year. So yeah, that's quite bullish. I like it. Cool. Okay, let's. Is Marco here? Okay, Marco. Maybe he'll come up to stage. He sometimes does. Flo had a question about max. I guess other people in here will know. I think I explained it well, but the question was around the flags, max face value, and ticketEV. And I wanted to make sure I explained it correctly. Max face value changes the amount of the ticket, like rather than 0.012, it'd be like 0.003. And then like ticketEV is like the amount of tickets you get and the probability of winning them. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Yep.
At a very high level, yep, that's right. And
Okay.
I don't think I could go on a much deeper level, but yes, that's how it works.
Okay, because that's what Flo asked, and I went into a much longer explanation earlier because I think that was the order. I just wanted to confirm that I didn't get those backwards.
Oh, that's right.
Very cool. Papa Bear. Haha, I missed you. Papa Bear, would you like to introduce yourself on a topic?
I almost squeaked out of that. Sure. I am Papa Bear, and I have been running the solar farm orchestrator since July of now it's 2 years ago, I guess, but since I guess July of 21. I do not have a topic. I didn't realize there was a water cooler chat today, so that's why I am late. But glad to see the big turnout, and Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, no worries. I guess is today technically a holiday? I guess it depends on where
I
you
think
live.
so. Yeah.
I think it is, but I don't know how widely so I don't know if celebrated is the right word or recognized it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think it is. I think we.
because
This came up at another conversation I was having with someone earlier that if New Year's falls over the weekend, then Monday becomes a holiday.
Oh, is that how it works? So
well, if you that's what Pon says. Pon's never wrong, so I'm gonna say yeah.
Because like I have on my calendar, like so in Quebec, I guess, like there's literally a holiday called the day after New Year's Day. That's actually a holiday. So and I was like, oh, but does that apply to the rest of us? And then like apparently it does. And I went to I'm so confused whether this is a holiday today or not, but I guess it is. But we did miss Boxing Day, which I'm like,
someone quick open ChatGPT and ask it. We need to know the answer.
okay,
It can't. It can't because.
It doesn't know anything after 2021, right?
Yeah, 2021. Yep.
Wait, what?
Well, this should still be a holiday regardless, but
Yeah,
ChatGPT has just
I
been trained
asked
up till the year
ChatGPT.
2021.
Yeah, it can't
Oh,
answer
you
anything
asked
relating
you
to.
asked if it was a holiday today?
Yeah,
Oh,
anything to do
all
with
right.
like the
Well,
current time, it can't answer.
Really?
Yep.
It's not very intelligent. That's
it's
actually
still pretty damn good.
artificial.
That's the free version.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that how it works, or are you just?
Well, it just wasn't trained on anything past 2021, so it won't know anything past that.
Plus, AI doesn't recognize holidays. It never stops working.
Right.
That's great.
A brave search when I said is today a holiday does not show today as being a holiday, but take that for what it's worth.
Yeah,
that's from officeholidays.com.
I guess it depends on where you live, because that's also subjective anyway. Like I'm sure if you go to China, they're like don't care. They're like no. Chinese New Year is a bigger deal over there. Yeah, so yeah, we're not sure if today's a holiday, but hey, we're here anyway. And
in the U.S., banks are closed and there's no mail today. So for the U.S., I guess that's pretty holiday-ish.
In Italy, it's a holiday.
Yeah, the schools
don't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a holiday.
Okay, it's a holiday. So sorry everyone, I dragged you in here on a holiday. But we did miss Boxing Day, which I figured nobody wanted to probably do a water cooler chat on Boxing Day. So it's been 2 weeks. I figured it'd be best not to go 3 weeks. I don't know. That'd be a long time without talking to friends like this. So there you go. We're doing it. Also, Jason.
Europe is pretty open, guys.
Jason, how you doing, buddy? You want to introduce yourself and a topic?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I've been waiting when you would like call me up, but it's fine. I was just waiting for my turn. But yeah, hi guys, everyone, and Happy New Year, 2023. I can't believe we were already 2023. And yeah, I'm running average node for like a year, like year and a half now. Yeah, and it's been going good. Like excited for all the new things in Livepeer. And oh yeah, I had a little bit of like hiccups with the servers. I don't know if it's on the broadcaster sides because I've been getting like protocol errors on the like the orchestrators really often. And I don't know if it is just me or like everyone else is having the same issues. So just wanted to clear that. And yep, nothing much. That's about it.
Broadcaster errors, interesting. I don't know. I think, yeah. I think just everything is really slow right now. Anyway, Jason, are you? What time zone are you in? Is it not really late for you there right now?
It's like 11 in the night.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm Northern Europe, so like it's like dark.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah, I just also want to mention that I did mention at the very beginning, but a lot of you weren't here. We do have the Orchestrator Awards ceremony. This is an idea I kind of came up with on Friday at 3 p.m. ET. So yeah, just just a little thing to like give away some NFTs and like give recognition for orchestrators over the past year. It's been a bumpy year, you know, the whole bear market and whatnot. But yeah, so if you want to come join me in the chat in Discord, yeah, we're gonna go do that. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. But we got some beautiful NFTs. I'm very excited for them.
Hell yeah.
Created by Chase Media. Chase has stepped up and done all the NFT artwork, so it's gonna be very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, excited for it.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually very excited for it. I'm probably overly excited for it. I think it's like I got this idea and I'm like, man, I just want to give away it. I'm creating the first, like I've never created an NFT collection before. So like I'm like learning how to make an NFT collection and then I'm going to give them away. So this has been really fun actually. And then now it's just striked up my whole like thing on like how do you make video NFTs from live video? Like that's gonna be cool. I gotta figure out how to do that.
I think they sent an email like a week ago. I just remember when he said it. They sent an email saying that you could make a long take NFT with the platform in Livepeer. And I posted a couple of like the small clips of videos and minted them on Polygon, I think, and shared in Twitter. The Livepeer studio liked it. Yeah, it's kind of easy. I think they send an email. You just check your email.
Oh. There you go. I have to like it. I gotta wait. Can I buy it off you? Wait, Polygon is amazing, by the way. If anyone's used it, like it is.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap to like mint. I think I've like sent like 30 or 40 cents to mint it, and it's like a clip, like a video clip of like a beach in Finland. It's fun.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm like well impressed with the NFT like management on Polygon. Like pretty good. Apparently, the Arbitrum and Polygon are like the two dominant rollups on Ethereum right now for like adoption and like usage. So we're on Arbitrum, so that's cool.
Yeah, I had never even heard of Arbitrum until Livepeer came around. I was surprised like when it wasn't Polygon. So but yeah, Polygon's pretty slick.
Yeah, well, they're oh my goodness, I can't believe I almost forgot this. I've been meaning to do this for a long time. Not a long time, but I had this idea and I wanted to bring it up. Okay. I want to make a push to get all orchestrators or anyone in the Livepeer community. We'll start with orchestrators, but if anyone else is here and wants to join in, I want to make a push to get all orchestrators a lens handle so we can start building our presence on the lens protocol. I know I got Papa Bear his handle. Papa Bear, have you used it yet?
I still need to register for it, but I appreciate you sending me or taking care of that for me. But no, I have not used it yet.
Okay, so like Lens is pretty powerful, Web3, social graph, blah blah blah. But it's like kind of by invite only right now. And I know the founder. I met him at ETH Global, and I've asked him a few times to get me some handles, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, of course." Like, but he takes like a couple of weeks to get back to me. He's obviously a really busy guy, and I'm just some guy that wants more handles for friends. But like, that's how things organically grow. What I want to do is I want to get a list of orchestrators that want lens handles, put them into a file, and just be like, yo, like, can you whitelist all these accounts in one go? So I don't have to keep coming back to you and messaging you for every single person that wants to like join Lens. Here's a list of my community that I want to get whitelisted so that we can all start building like a social presence on Lens. Does that sound, would people be interested in that?
Oh man, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I have a Lens handle. I signed up forever ago, but for anyone who doesn't, it sounds awesome.
I'm just trying to figure out where I go to actually claim my thing, because I remember when I tried to claim it in the past, it was like, nope, you're not cool enough. You haven't been invited. And now I'm like, now I'm cool enough, but I can't find the link to actually claim my handle. What is it? Lens?
You go to, like, you could do
What's the URL?
Lenster or Lens Friends or LensTube. Just use lenstube.xyz.
Yeah, I'm on LensTube, but where do I? Well,
It should prompt you. It should prompt you.
Maybe I just need to switch networks here. All right, let's try it. There we go. Sign in with Lens. Then it will say, "Are you cool enough?"
It probably should. I'm also curious, Chris. You guys are building on Algorand, and then you came from Cardano. I'm really kind of curious about the blockchain movement and the switch you guys made. I don't know if you feel like talking about that at all, but just kind of because like I was like a super Cardano fanboy for a long time, and now I'm like, it hasn't really gained the adoption it should. I'm just kind of curious about that movement.
No, yeah, sure, definitely. So, like, yeah, our journey started on Cardano because of Charles Hawkinson. I mean, his MMAs are second to none, to be honest. Like, we call him Captain Cardano, essentially. And the ecosystem was really good. I honestly like the Cardano ecosystem a lot. A lot of great people, lots of very passionate people about the chain and Web3. The issue was, for at least for us, is that building an application on Cardano, it was very difficult because, as I'm sure you know, you have to use Haskell for the smart contract language. And we just felt like it was a mission trying to do anything, even the most simplistic thing. And so at some point we realized, okay, I mean, we're building a business, right? I mean, it cannot be this complicated every time we have to do something. And so we started exploring different chains. We were between Algorand and Solana when we were making the switch. With Algorand, I mean, we were just so impressed with like how good their documentation is. It was really, really good. Also, like their transaction fees are like less than 1/10 of a penny. The blockchain doesn't fork, which if you're doing anything with NFTs, it's always great to be on a chain that cannot fork. And so that's why we made that move to Algorand. And I have to say, I like Algorand a lot. Now, I'm not like a maximalist, right? So I do explore different other chains. There's some other chains that I like as well. Like I like Near Protocol is a chain that I find very interesting as well. But overall, I have to say that Algorand is one that I really like because of like everything. Oh, and they're also quantum resistance. I think they're the only chain. I think maybe Cosmos is also quantum resistant. Somebody here, please correct me if I said something stupid. But I know that Algorand is quantum resistant, which is really great.
It's very interesting. Yeah, like yeah, no, I went down the Charles Hoskinson rabbit hole too. I actually learned a lot from him and his AMAs. Is very the way he spoke and the way he gave the time to answer questions was really cool. But yeah, I've heard when I was at, funny enough, I was at ETH Global, and when I talked to people about Haskell, they're like, yeah, great, fundamentally great language. There's going to be zero adoption. Like, just like nobody builds on Haskell. It's just like way too complicated, and like theoretically, it's like even harder to comprehend. And I was like, right, like there is a developer experience where like needs to be simple enough to bring people in, right? So yeah, I could definitely feel that pain. That's very interesting.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like developer experience is like fundamental, at least for me, when it comes to judging a blockchain, right? I mean, if it's a challenge for developers to build products on the chain, then the adoption is just going to be zero with it. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you in that regard. It was just I never quite understood why they chose Haskell as the language for smart contract. I know it had something to do with security, but then again, you can just use Rust for security, right? I mean, it's a pretty good, solid language to use for security purposes. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's like back then. But Charles Hawkinson, I still watch his MMAs. I mean, they're just so entertaining and so educationally like great. So like I still watch them all the time.
Yeah, and Algorand is also really impressive. In fact, I believe was it Sergio, whatever the guy that made Algorand, the whole Byzantine fault tolerance like method was adopted by Ethereum, and how they do that. So a lot of the proof of stake protocol is actually taken from Algorand into Ethereum proof of stake, I believe.
Yes, correct. So the guy's name is Silvio Macaulay, Italian actually. He's the
there you
one that made. Yeah. So like what he did is like state proofs and stuff like that. So yeah, like a lot of like proof of stakes blockchains are kind of adopting the tech. So you can say that like Algorand is really the innovator. Funny enough, the CTO we have right now at Algorand, his name is John Woods. It's funny, he actually used to work for Cardano before coming over to Algorand. He was like the lead software developer for Cardano, or like chief architect or something like that. And then he came over to Algorand and became the CTO. So it's like, oh, wow, cool. We have that in common. And we both left Cardano to come over to Algorand.
That's fascinating. And does Algorand use the EVM, or what do they use for their language and stuff, smart contracts?
Yeah, so we do have an EVM, but the smart contracts are primarily written in this language called PyTeal and Teal. That's what we use for like our smart contract language.
Right. So it's EVM compatible, but it has its own language.
Correct.
Very cool. Well, what's nice about Livepeer is we're pretty much, because the actual product we provide, we're just totally chain agnostic. Anyone can build on Livepeer using a chain, not using a chain, Web 2, Web 3, like it doesn't really matter. We're pretty open. Now, we do all our governance and payments on Arbitrum. So when you guys, although if you're using Livepeer Studio, you probably won't be paying in ETH. You'll probably be paying in US dollars to Livepeer Inc. To begin. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, as for chain and app development, we're not maximalists in any way. I guess I should probably only speak for myself. Before I start pissing off people. Cool. And Jason, just to mention, I did introduce you, but you didn't answer. So, I did get around to you, just as a side note. I wasn't sure if you were here or not.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you the first time, but then I don't know, the mic wasn't working for some reason. The app glitches most of the time. Like if you switch that between apps when you're like in the chat, the mic won't work the next time you're in, and you have to like go back, disconnect, and connect again, the whole thing. So it's like I don't know, a glitch that's never been solved in Discord.
Cool. Since we only have like 1 or 2 topics left, if that, so I'm gonna move on to a topic that I had around pool security. I was just kind of curious if, I guess there's only like one other pool in here because Nico isn't in here, and this is a question that came up in 2018, and I don't know if anyone in here will have the answer, but this is just a topic I wanted to bring up to bring thought to anyone who's running a pool. I know video miner people are in here, so, but the question is about pool security, and how we can, as pool operators, ensure that our transcoders that we don't know who they are sending back correctly transcoded data. This is actually there's a video from 2018 about this topic, and it seems like relatively unsolved. And even when I met DOB, he brought this question up. He's like, how are you going to manage this? It'll be very interesting how you handle security. And I haven't really thought about security very much. I just kind of assume people are not going to mess with my code. But yeah, there's like economic security and I guess there'd be only two ways to secure a pool. One is through economic security, where you like get transcoders to stake to your node so that they will get slashed if they send back. Seems kind of like, what's the point of even that? They might as well just spin up their own orchestrator node. The other one is like technical security, where like you don't let them have the ability to send back data. And I'm wondering, like, is there a way, has anyone tried to send back data that's incorrectly, or just like a totally different video file? Like, is it as simple as like when it writes to the disk as a temp file, is it easy enough just to swap out that temp file with a totally different file, and Livepeer will just pick it up and send it back? Like, how difficult is it to do that?
I think you'd have to alter the core Go Livepeer code to do that, because those temp files are dynamically named and they're on the disk for like a split second. So you couldn't manually do it. You'd need a process to do it. But I mean, sure, you put that there. I'm assuming if there's no verification that the content's identical by comparing frames and the pixels and the frames and the pixel depth and all that, then you're susceptible to somebody producing output that's different than what was going in. And in some ways, that just verifying the pixels on the output stream is insufficient, especially as use cases evolve, where people may be doing transformations rather than just transcoding, where they're altering the output and putting new content on top of or layering inside the content that's being transcoded.
Well, and that was another discussion that came up too, because if the orchestrator node has to verify all the video segments that come back, then that incurs a compute cost itself, in which case, is it even worth handing out the transcoding work to someone else if you've got to verify every single segment that comes back? Like, then it's like you have to somehow trust that what they're doing is good enough for the pool, right?
If I may speak, this was the topic of the research we did in 2018, and actually you just need to enable the verifier. It wasn't that costly. It was like we designed it in such a way that the inference of the transcode of the verification wasn't so much expensive as to actually transcode. And I think that's already enabled. I mean, like it's available, and you just need to enable it.
Do you know how to enable it?
Well, I was just designing it, and we made a whole, like, we were for a year researching on it, and I think they made it available in the protocol. I'm quite sure about it. I can try to find out and share it in the chat later. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is it is it a flag, or is it somewhere in the code that's
I cannot really tell you. I think I remember we made a whole API for this. So it's, I would just find it and I would share it here, yeah, for sure.
Oh, that would be great, because I'm running a pool, but like obviously people can send back any type of video data, and I haven't looked into whether my node verifies this. I assume it doesn't, because I haven't specified anything saying it would, right? But if there's an API for doing that, oh yeah,
we that it's been used. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, well, I would actually. Well, here we go. I would actually like to use it, very much so.
Well, then I will be searching for it, and I will paste it here in the channel.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the verification classifier that uses ML, or are you talking about statistical verification?
Well, there is
maybe
we developed the verification classifier, and recently they have been developing this fast verification that comes with the MPEG 7 that is faster. because it's indeed faster, but I don't think it's so accurate yet. I cannot
Yeah, it's a
really.
fingerprinting algorithm, right? Perceptual
Exactly.
hash or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And but it's quite good now. These past weeks, this past month, I'm researching on it for this duplicate detection. But I think it's full of information, that hash, so it's quite good for the purposes of actually verifying. But the verification classifier, that that you just need to enable it, and it was quite accurate. So, I don't know if it had problems with maybe it was too much computational effort, but we designed it not to be so much. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a separate repo. I'm not sure that's embedded in the Livepeer client. So I don't.
I will search for it now, and I will paste it here in the channel. So it'd be fantastic if we could have feedback on how it is working actually. I think.
There we go. I would absolutely love to use it and give some feedback, because this has been I've been thinking lately about pool security, just because when I first built the pool, my main problem, or my main concern, was whether a pool would perform well enough for me to do this. Like I wanted to build a like the only pool out there was Livepool, and anyone can join using a potato to transcode, and like it was no good. Like it was like I'm sure there's some people that are in there transcoding, but like I didn't want to have people in there transcoding sub real time. I wanted a high performance pool. So I didn't go down the security path of anything. I just went down, okay, what do you need to make a high performing pool? And that's what I've been spending the last 12 months on. And I can safely say that, like, I do believe going forward, a high performing pool is possible. Like, I wasn't sure if it was possible in the beginning, but now, based on the amount of experience I've had building it, like, it definitely is possible. So now that I know that a high performing pool is possible, the next step is essentially how do you secure it, right? So if this is a layer of security that I can run, then that would be great. Yeah, I'd love to use it. So anyway, those are just some of my thought processes going into this year, because yeah, like a video miner, I know they're taking performance very seriously, which is good. I think we need to focus on high performing pools, because otherwise, I think pools could potentially bring down the network quality if we don't be careful. I think pools, if we can build successful high performing pools, I think that would just contribute so much to the network in compute. Because there's a lot of people with great internet and great resources that have no desire to spin up a node. And there's people out there that the only thing they want to do is spin up a node and literally don't want to provide any resources. And like, it's like, you want the people with the resources and not the people that are just in it for free inflationary token rewards. And yet we're literally getting the opposite. So I think high performing pools fix that problem. Where you can get this simple solution to getting high performing network going, right? So, yeah, and then just
that's something we've been working on a lot the last couple of weeks for the video miner pool. Marco's been doing some really cool stuff for that department.
Yeah, I think that's a big enough, because security doesn't really matter if you can't even get the performance factor finished, because no one's going to use Livepeer if we don't have good performing nodes. Like, just straight up, like if you have missing frames and dropped streams, like just immediately people are just going to leave. So that was kind of my goal But I do believe that high performing pools are inevitable. So now I've got to start thinking about security. And so I'm not sure I know how to say your name, Nujar. If you can provide that repo, that would be amazing. Start.
And Speedy, sorry, Titan.
Mhm.
Speedy, you said that the only way to alter what gets sent back is to change the code itself. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I mean, if you want to alter the output files that Titan was talking about, those temp files, which are quickly written to disk during the transcoding process.
So
Yeah.
if you had version control on the pool side, where only official versions of the pool can, on the transcoder side, can connect to the orchestrators on the pool side, would that protect it? You know, if someone can't connect with a custom version of Livepeer, which I'm assuming they would need if they were changing the code, right, to send back something malicious.
Well, honestly, integrating with any server, all it requires is you to be able to integrate with their APIs, whatever format they take, whatever protocol they take. So, client, unless it has a means of verifying that the client is running, I mean, I just don't see how you can prevent anyone from manipulating that dynamic insert in a nefarious client.
But if it comes pre-compiled, then you can't alter it once you receive it, right?
You can decompile stuff and reverse engineer it, but you can also do network analysis and see, like using Wireshark or some other tools, to trace what interactions are being made between the client and the server, and then replicate those with your own client, and then the server likely would have no idea what's going on the client, how it's interacting with the server. All it cares about is it interacting with the server in the manner in which the server's accepting inbound connections and communications.
Right. Like, so that being said,
That's a pretty far extent to go to try to manipulate the network. I mean, I'm not sure the network today is at a point where it's worth that effort. You know, just using the scoring mechanism that's there today is sufficient. I think the issue really is about the user experience on the end of the broadcaster and the users that are looking at the content, and whether the content is of good quality and is the content they're expecting. And what gain does somebody have to manipulate that content and distribute media to other users that isn't what is expected? And obviously, you can make a number of cases for where someone might be incentivized to do that.
yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I mean, hence why slashing on the Livepeer protocol overall is still disabled, right? Like, it's still slashing is this incentivized way or a punishment way of making sure nobody is going to economically they're going to get hurt for doing that. And yet it's been 6 years and it still hasn't been enabled. So, like, clearly it's not like a big threat today. I'm just trying to think down the road, like, say Livepeer does become the backbone video infrastructure for the world. This is going to creep up in importance, right? So, just trying to think theoretically, like, what are the best ways to build a pool to combat this in the future? How could we preempt this? I was building Titan node miners, so like pre-made ASIC mining boxes that would be completely locked down when you receive them, and you would just plug and play. And the idea is you wouldn't be able to manipulate anything on the machine. Is that even good enough? Like, I don't know, right? Like, I'm not that deep into this stuff.
You have to have some way for the server to verify that the client is one of those boxes in a way that's not gamed. You can't game that interaction to prove it. There probably are some ways, but they're I don't know how scalable they really are. I haven't thought about this problem much, quite frankly. And you have multiple constituents, right? Like you have users who could flag content as being wrong. That flows through the system and creates some sort of part of the scoring system for T and O selection. O's can do statistical verification. We're talking about the ML models and is that not the GPT verifier, but the verification for the fast verification that they want to install, try to use. But I think if you look long term, just focusing on transcoding, yeah, this discussion applies. But if Livepeer does expand beyond transcoding, then it's a whole different ballgame, much more complicated to verify outputs from the T programmatically, because the work going in and it could be so diverse if it's not always just transcode this content from one format to another.
Yeah, and this conversation came up in 2018, which was maybe you could economically secure this type of malicious activity where each T needs to provide a small deposit and they only can do the amount of work, or get allocated the amount of work that they put their deposit in for. And if they send back any data that is incorrect, they lose their deposit, right? And so there's this economic incentive to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty common theme, right? I mean, Twitter Blue, Discord Nitro, like you have different premium models, and you can use that as a means to reduce the number of bots, for example, because the cost to scale up the bots rises dramatically when you have a cost to pay to play, pay to interact, even if it's just going in an escrow that you can withdraw, as long as there's some sort of holding period or whatnot. But that seems to be a lot of the ways that most people are thinking about these problems is, put some skin in the game, and you're not going to lose it unless you misbehave.
Yeah, the only problem I had with that is that's what the Livepeer protocol does natively at the first layer. Why would I add the same security model onto the second layer of a pool? Like these people that are willing to put up stake in order to transcode, like, they could just go spin up their own node, arguably. Maybe they won't. Maybe it's, but like, I just thought like the benefit of a pool is that you don't have to mess around with providing deposits and stake. Like you just double click the program and the damn thing works, right? That's the whole benefit of a pool.
If it gets to that scale, then you could have tiered Ts, right? You have the freemium kind of model where, like if you want to, I'm going to say something that sounds really old, but if you want to fax something because you have to interact with the U.S. healthcare system today and you don't have a fax machine, you can go get Fax Zero for free. You just have to look at and click through a bunch of ads and they put a watermark on it. Or you can pay for a more premium service and then you don't have to worry about it, and it's going to probably be faster. You don't have to get some ads embedded on it. And that same thing could happen where you have premium tiers of Ts that are participating, say, well, these Ts are going to be high performing, they're going to be super fast, they're not going to have any issues because we know they're not, they have a long track record, they put forward stake, and when you want to have a high value transcoding session, you pay the premium for price per pixel for those Ts versus lower end Ts where you might be comfortable taking your chances with slightly degraded output quality or potentially nefarious stuff that leaves you, the user, to have to deal with it and report it.
Right. So this becomes a problem of really what problem do you want to what path do you want to go down as a node operator, right? Like what problems are you interested in solving? And like, do you want to be the watermark ad gated, like cheap, like, hey, we're really cheap, but like, hey, you might just get something weird back, or hey, no, we take this very seriously. I mean, yeah, almost like a question to ask, philosophically, like how to
create a marketplace for broadcasters to select from based on quality and price settings. What levels of outputs they want, super clean, or hey, I don't care. I'm trying to start something. I want to be an influencer. I have no followers. I'm going to try to start something out. I'm going to go for the cheapest possible option I can find.
Yeah, which is
yeah, so many ways to solve this as or add layers to the workflow. The question is it worth it now, and what is the impact to the end user?
I feel like, well, luckily, I mean, this is the approach that Livepeer took in the beginning during their how they were building out the economic model of Livepeer, like, the first layer essentially. This is like, yeah, as a broadcaster, you can choose what price per pixel you want to pay and all these kinds of things. So I think that's built into just the first layer of the selection process, which is great. So the second layer, which is like a pool layer, what challenges do I want to, like, maybe you're right. Maybe like just trusting that the compiled software I send out, like, what's the value in trying to reverse engineer it and try send out one stream where, it might get through, but like, you'll just end up getting kicked because maybe my verifier on my orchestrator will go, no, this T is acting maliciously. I'll just kick them out. They got a few segments through, but like, whoop-de-doo. It's just the price you pay for being a cheap O, right? Because if you're really, like, if you're streaming the Super Bowl, you're probably not going to want to use Titan node transcoders here. Like, maybe you want to be like switching over to like SpeedyBird, who only uses secure, industrial or commercial grade equipment, right? But you charge more, right? So that comes into play as well. I guess this only really comes up, the security question of a pool, is because I'm not a technologist in this sense. Like, I'm not known for security. This is like not my comfortable stomping ground. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, how big of a bite is this to chew, and how do I want to go about this problem if I were to think about it in the future?
Tyson, a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The pre-compiled version, you like the compiled version you send to your like transcoders. Is that like the O plus T itself, or is it just like the T?
It's just the T's.
Okay.
So they are connecting to my O using a secret, and so my O is receiving the work, sending it to the T, and they're just running standalone T's. So the work is coming back to my O, which means I can actually run a verify, apparently, which I didn't know, or maybe I did know, but I didn't know how to do it, which is there's a way to actually try and verify the work that's coming back from the T in the same way a B does with fast and full verification, I guess, using this API here, which was linked in the water cooler side chat. So I'm going to look into this. This is the prepared research. Oh, here we go.
Like, it wasn't there like a recent changes where like they started fast verification on the orchestrators themselves? Like,
is that by default?
Yeah, I think like I was going through the logs and like I think it was like a couple of months ago, but it says like verified at the end of the stream, like.
But that's the broadcaster verifying it, not necessarily the orchestrator. Is it the orchestrator?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. This is the part that I need guidance on. Is by default the orchestrator, like, I assume nothing, right? So like, unless I've enabled this, I'm assuming that the segment is coming straight from the T, going to the O, and then going to the B without me looking at it. Like, my node isn't computationally doing this unless I'm specifying it should, right?
What happened was like the last time they switched on the fast verification, many GPUs were getting like memory full and then they were disconnecting. I think that was the reason, because they were testing it on the orchestrators themselves, right? Like
I don't know.
they were testing the verification on the orchestrators because like of course it takes like more effort for broadcasters who are just there to like they get the streams transcoded. They don't have to like they shouldn't have to verify the videos coming. So they were testing it on the orchestrators themselves, and then we had like a problem for how GPUs getting like memory full and then getting disconnected and like the whole shebang. I don't know if you guys remember. It was like I don't know 6-7 months ago.
Could be that the verification process is CPU intensive.
I think it was just like a GPU intensive. Like it was, but then I don't know if they switched it off or they made it like more efficient so that it doesn't like cause all the problems that it was causing. Like that's the whole thing. Like I don't know if they switched it off or just made it more efficient and then they shipped it off with that new update.
Well, when they were
Well,
doing the
the
verification
fast
testing, they were sending like an insane amount of streams, and that's what was crashing people's Ts.
Was it?
Yeah, everyone
Oh,
was like maxing out on streams. I remember I hit like 60 streams across all my nodes when they were doing that testing.
okay.
yeah, the fast verification, according to Yondon, I'll post here, happens on the orchestrator, and it does use the GPU. He says it shouldn't use much RAM because you're already decoding it on that same. You're using the same encoded or decoded file that you already decoded, so there's not a double hit on that. But it does happen on the orchestrator, according to this. What I'm reading here.
So my orchestrator is already running verification on transcoded work coming back from T's.
That I don't know if it needs to be turned on or not, but
I will look into it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Later on,
Because
and I will share it in the channel. I saw it like a couple of months ago, but I didn't go very much into details. I can go in the details of what is
yeah,
the
because
actual flag.
there are two different types of verification, because there's one that happens at the broadcaster level, and then another one that happens at the orchestrator level. And the broadcaster one can actually run on the CPU, according to what I'm reading here.
That
I
makes
can
sense.
put a link to
That's
this.
the one that we developed in 2018, I think. That was just a classifier approach. But now the fast verification, it uses the MPEG-7 signature, which is just
Exactly. The
uh,
hash.
it's a bit more than a hash. It's I explain this in another article that we are doing for another research, which is for the near to make use of the same signature. It's like for every frame you have like 207 or 300 numbers that define that frame, and then you group them in groups of 45 frames, and then you have another core signature. And then with all that, you can actually get a lot of information very fast about how the actual structure of the segments is, of the video segments. How and it's very fast to it's like 800 frames per second, something like that. So it's very quick to extract that information, and then to do things with it is maybe a bit more complicated. And
So-
that part is what I don't know how they do this fast verification.
So what you're saying is, because it does say here that the orchestrator, along with the segment that's returned, has to send this perpetual hash or perceptual hash. So that would also mean that it's the ability for the transcoder to also send back the perpetual hash to the orchestrator would be the same amount of work. So it could be checked at the orchestrator level before it even gets sent back to the broadcaster level.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Now,
the thing is what you do with the check.
Right. Well, what to do
it's-
with the check would be the orchestrator would either stop the stream or pick a different transcoder.
What I'm not sure is how they do the check. I have to look into that, because one thing is to extract information, like to make to extract metadata, no, like which is this perceptual hash, which is very fast. But once you have the perceptual hash, you have to compare them. The 1080 rendition with the 720, and that you need to compare them, and that can be computationally more expensive. That's the actual check, but that I don't know how they do it. I have to go and look into that. That's it.
Okay. Well, if you wanna just dig into that and let me know if I have to enable anything, because if it's enabled by default, then like that's clearly better for the entire network because it's just
I
already
think
there. It'd be amazing.
that classifier, as I understand it, is just spins up an API that you have to call. And based on the forum post, Yandan's basically saying on the B side, they are doing verification, and if you fail at verification, you basically get eliminated from selection for a period of time. But I don't think it's baked into Go Livepeer, and that's what he's recommending is let's switch to the fast verification approach he's talking about with the perceptual hash. Put that on the O because the O is going to have more compute resources than a B. A T really shouldn't do the verification. They might be able to provide a hash, but the O needs to do it because the T can just game the system if they're providing the proof that their work is any good.
Yeah, exactly. It's, now that you explained that, I'm remembering that actually in the classifier, the bigger problem we had was that the extraction of the data, the extraction of the features of the signature we were using for that was computationally expensive. We were going pixel by pixel, and then we were taking some statistics from it, and then we were making the comparison. So I think what the fast verification is about is about getting a very quick signature, very quick array of information that you can then compare. But I'm not sure if they are doing then using the classifier for that. For the checking part, like there is two parts. One part is to extract the features, another part is to use a model to predict whether something is tampered or not. Makes sense?
Mm-hmm. So for doing I guess we'll call it fast verification that the orchestrator can do on its transcoders. Is that what you're saying? So do
Yes,
you have to run a separate process that connects to the APIs of the O that does that compute, or because you said the O doesn't natively do that?
I cannot. I have to look at it. I really have to look at it. I will. I really have to look at that.
Well,
but I remember that the part of extraction features of feature extraction was the most computationally expensive. So what I think we have to do now is using the MPEG-7 signature to retrain another model, which maybe they have done. I don't know because I didn't work on it for a couple of years. And then to retrain another model, which is very fast to make the inference because the model is multiplying two matrices and it's very quick. And then you have quick extraction of features and quick inference and quick prediction of tampering.
I think that would be sufficient for Titan node pool. Just a thought. I think if I can achieve that, then the amount of people that would go through the process of trying to send back data in the pool setting, because it's already the incentive is already low, but hey, maybe it's pretty. If you want to do advertising for a black market client where you're just sending out ads and you can just spin up a node in this pool and just start blasting out streams that are just of your ad rather than the stream, there might be some value in that. But if I can create a fast verification model or enable this fast verification model where my orchestrator will detect that relatively quickly and stop that work, it's just going to completely de-incentivize anyone to really try and do that. At least I would think so. Especially because it's probably not going to be the Super Bowl that, is getting transcoded on Livepeer today. It's going to be, some kid's soccer game that's like 4 hours long and with like 3 viewers. But yeah, if you want to come up, if you want to do some research into that, either just message me in the water cooler side chat or DM me. Yeah, I would love to be able to just enable that or just look into that a bit further. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's probably not a lot of work because it's everything done already. So it's just to find the exact part where it is done, and then to link it. And I will share it here. Actually, I think, but I'm not sure if it's visible for everybody. There was some group for this, but it's disappeared already. No, they have this innovation lab. So no, it's not anymore. That. But yeah, or I can share it also. I don't know, in the Orchestrator support, or I will share it here in this channel in the water cooler.
Yeah, perfect. It's nice because it keeps it in context, and I can scroll up and remember what we talked about. Mike Zuper, I see you've joined us.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. How's everyone?
Doing very
Sorry,
well.
I caught the tail end of this one.
No worries. Cool. Well, I think we've gone through all the topics this week. We've been at this for an hour and 50 minutes. So we've gone through everything. Don't forget, Friday, 3 p.m. ET, we got the Orchestrator we got the 2022 Orchestrator Award Ceremony live in the Discord chat here. Come down to the office hours chat. No, I forget which channel it is, but just come down to the chat. It's going to be the not the stage, because you can't share screens in the stage. It's going to be the regular voice chat. So we'll see how that goes. Might have to get people moderating and muting people if like people have their mics on or something. I don't know. But yeah, sharing a screen in there and doing it should probably take about an hour. We've got around 30 awards to give away. Each are unique NFTs awarded to each recipient. And yeah, some really cool artwork, some really interesting prizes and accomplishments we've achieved over the past year. So pretty excited for that. So yeah, 3 p.m. ET on Friday. So yeah, hopefully everyone can make it. Very excited for it. Any last comments, questions before we sign off for the day?
Just want to say thank you and good job for hosting this great chat, this great room.
Awesome. I do appreciate it. And thank you for joining us, Chris. Well, hopefully we'll see you around more regularly. With that, I will sign us off. Happy New Year, everyone. And hope you guys have a great start to your week entering the new year. And yeah, feeling some good vibes. So we'll see you all on Friday. Cheers.
Happy New Year, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Happy New Year. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks.